Y'all, I got home from work like an hour ago, and I swear to God, I literally feel like I got slammed by a bus. Like, do you know what it's like to stay up until 6 in the morning all summer watching K-pop shit, to immediately having to wake up at 4:30 in the morning for a day? I am so exhausted that I'm just like running on fumes, but I'm committed to this bit. I am committed to this shit. Okay, you will not see me flop for these recaps. Okay? Anyway, hi friends. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Chrissy. Friends, we had episode 7 of Boys Planet this week, and to be completely honest, it wasn't that thrilling. It was an elimination episode. This recap probably won't be as long as the normal recaps, just because there wasn't really that much to talk about, except for people got chopped, you know. But we'll dissect, okay? We will dissect. Girl, we will dissect. My notes are literally all over the place. This is like the first week that I just like scribbled. I didn't type anything up. We're just going with the flow. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be a mess. I'm sweaty. I've been staring at a screen too long today, and I just feel like talking. So that's what we're doing. Let's recap episode 7, friends. Okay, episode 7. This was our elimination episode. And may I just add that I actually watched this little portion of the elimination episode live, because they were doing like a live vote, right? Girl, you made me stay up till 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning actually, just for them to be like, here's the 4 candidates for 48th place, now vote, and good night. And I was like, oh, okay. And the 4 candidates had me gagged too. I was like, you guys are just going to drop that on me after I waited 3 hours? Okay, whatever. So we start off this elimination episode where, this is like my favorite portion of an elimination episode though, is where we have the pairs come in and do like funny stuff to like introduce themselves. And it's so funny. And just the one thing that I literally died at, you guys already know, the Hanwen and Minjae. Oh my god, the freaking meme of him being like, swerving and speeding on Serpent Road. It was so funny. And I actually, like, when I was watching that live too, and I was crying laughing. It was Zhongjing's birthday, so happy birthday, King. That was one thing I noted down. He was not feeling it. He's like, it's my birthday, I don't want to fucking be here, let's get on with it, save my ass so I can go party. And I don't blame him, honestly. Happy birthday, my Leo King. I'm trying to think who else had like a memorable opening. Yumeki and his son got to dance together, so that was great. It was Chingyu. Chingyu. And that's all I think I remember. Sungwon and Anshin, that was a vibe. Love that. Oh my god, that's another thing. When Zhongjing came in with Show, they didn't show this. Okay, they didn't show this, but I watched it live. And so Zhongjing walked in with Show, and he was like, Zhongjing like walked off the side, and he like forgot to introduce himself. And Show was like, what did he call it? He was like, Zhongjing or Young or whatever he called him. And then he came over and like they did their little intro. Bro, Zhongjing wants nothing to do with Show, and it is actually crazy. We'll get to it. Anyway, starting off with this episode, okay? We have the little intros with our couples, and then we switch gears before we do any sort of elimination, and we have a little bit of a Planet Alpha visual competition, okay? Basically, the budget was crazy for them to literally, like, print out cardboard cutouts of every single trainee on the show, and they just lined them up on the steps. I cried. I was like, what are we doing? What is this? So basically we had to do a little competition where people like chose, like the trainees got to choose who they thought was like the most good looking, or like, you know, visual, like the best visual, I guess you could say. And I had to laugh because there's one part where Donghan chooses Kangmin, and Kangmin's like, oh, fantastic. But then Donghan was like lifting him up because he was like, unfortunately, he doesn't get the height. And Kangmin was like, what the hell? It was so funny. And then there was a little thing. I think Xiahao, right? Xiahao chose Kangmin as well. Is that? I have that written down, but I don't remember why. I don't remember much, friends, to be totally honest. I wrote down that Harry June chose Leo and Taste. Okay, Taste Harry June because me. I'm choosing Leo 10 out of 10 times. So, absolutely. We have to talk about Jihao. He is the funniest person. I think, honestly, like, the show is very much painting him out to be, like, the character of this season. He is so silly. His personality is so funny. The whole like Hee-chan and Jihao friendship is so cute. Like the way that they enter in and they're like arm in arm and they're like, what's going on? And then they like fall over together and it's just so funny. And then the whole like Shinlong and Jihao picking each other thing, like I just can't. I love them so much. I think they're so hysterical. Jihao has such a fun personality and he's just like such a mood maker. I really enjoy it. And it's so funny to me because him and Hee-chan are honestly like they got really close, right? And every time I just think of like Shuren and how him and Shuren are just like this. And even when they got saved and like Jihao runs over to Shuren and like it's just so funny. Or no, Shuren runs over to Jihao and I was like, oh my god, this friendship is crazy. Anyway, best looking competition ends and guess who's voted the best visual? You guessed it. Lee Sung-won. We know. This boy had his little crown on and he was like, yes. So, Slay King, because you're number one. You're number one in everything, honestly. And I love that for him because, deserved. Sung-won does have a face. Like, his face is, I've never seen such, like, a star quality-esque face in my life. So, good for him. Okay. Moving on to our first chop. We have the Rising Sun teams. Now, here's the tea. I kind of just wrote down the places. What did I do? Yeah, I wrote down the places of the members that were saved. And for my... Oh, Jesus, I'm so sorry. Your girl is tired, friends. For the sake of just this not being like a million minutes long and me naming every single trainee possible who like got saved and who didn't, I'm just gonna kind of recap ones that like I personally want to talk about. First and foremost, Rising Sun teams were first, and I just have to say it here, Zhang Fan, Andrew Han, I'm sorry, Kings. I said it in the last recap, but Kings, I am so sorry that we failed you. I can't. I just cannot believe that Andrew especially got chopped. Like, what are we doing? I swear, if we got to vote one more week, or got to, like, if there wasn't a chop, like, immediately after that happened, I swear Andrew would have been saved. I really genuinely believe that with my whole spirit, that Andrew would have been saved, because the amount of traction that boy got from Rising Sun right after that performance is wild. So like it makes me sad because I'm like, he would have been it for some people. Hengyu, my baby Hengyu. And by the way, friends, I realized watching this episode, I am saying a lot of names wrong. Like Hengyu, Chingyu, like Liu. I think the YU on the end of the names is pronounced Yue or Hengwei, Liwei, Chingwei. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm pronouncing this right, so I'm so sorry. I'm just kind of going with like the Korean pronunciation until I finally figure out the proper pronunciation. But in any case, Hengyu, my little sweet bean, he is in 11th, which is good for me because I've been voting for him. I love him. I really want him in the final lineup. Very proud of him. He did really well in Rising Sun. Yechan was 39th, Dongyun 37th, Junil 35th, Honghai 30th. That's what I gathered from here. Can I also say, I'm pretty sure. So, okay, you guys know that I followed Trainee A for a while. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. When I followed Trainee A before, like, way, way before, I only really remembered Leo and Sungwon. But I'm pretty sure, isn't he part of Trainee A as well? And if that's the case, I think it's so crazy that they haven't mentioned that throughout the entire show when there's like such a big following with like Leo and Sungwon. And I'm like, oh my God, that must be so insane to see like, you know, like Leo and Sungwon and they're up there, baby. And then he's just here. And it's like, I wonder why that is. You know, I want the tea. Like, is there tea behind that, or is it not as deep as I'm making it out to be? I don't know. So yeah, so I think I'm happy overall with Hengyu being 11th, just because like he is one of my picks. So that was a good thing for me, but I am just really, really sad about Andrew and Shangfan. So that's it for Rising Sun teams. For Kill the Romeo, okay, Kill the Romeo is crazy because I'm pretty sure out of Zhang Jing's team, he's the only one who survived, and he ended up in 36th, which is that's so wild. But honestly, and I know I sound like a broken record with this, but I genuinely think Zhang Jing has like a really crazy, like, I think he's got idol quality to the point where I just really hope to see him do something different or something new in the next mission. Like, I hope he really kills it in the next mission, because I know I always say this, but like, I literally stalk all of my faves, like pre-debut, pre-trainee stuff, and Zhang Jing is so talented. Like, I was so gagged when I heard him actually sing, like, for real, and like rapping for real. Like, he is so talented. Like, he's so talented. His voice is so beautiful. He's a really great rapper. He has such an incredible presence. I mean, he's beautiful. You know what I mean? And I really want to see him like move up, because he's in 36th right now. But I have a feeling he, like, if he really just like put his mind to it, I feel like he could get there. I was happy that Sen is in 26th, which is great. Jihao in 31st. We have Satsuki. I think, I don't know how to say his name. I'm so sorry. In 38th, and Shuren in 46th, which is wild. Like, that's crazy. I would have thought that Shuren would have been ranked higher, but in any case, I'm happy that all of them survived anyways. Sen being in 26th too. I really have been growing to like Sen, so that's a major slay. This is the point where we had our Shuren Jihao kissing, carrying moments. Those two just like, they're such besties. It's the best. They love each other. It's fine. I love them. Moving on to the S-Class team. We have in 18th place our Hao Ge, okay, Zhahao. And may I say too, like, him in that visual contest too, because everyone was like, oh, he was like one of the top 6 for best visual. He is so handsome. I swear to God, like, that face. We just have so many good faces in this show this year. The faces they're strong. You know what I mean? So he was 18th. Then we have Sewon was 20th, by the way, too. Like, yes, Sewon, my man. Kaiwen in 21st. Hanwen 25th. Now, let me tell you how I feel about Hanwen in 25th. I feel fantastic. Hanwen in 25th is what dreams are made of. I genuinely wanted to cry. I was like, this is my boy. I'm so happy that people are kind of seeing him. Here's the thing. I know he wasn't great in his last performance. I think right now, once again, if you are unfamiliar with Hanwen and his prior side quests, Hanwen can dance, he can sing. Hanwen is a good singer and he's a good dancer, but a lot of people don't see or like won't go and like look. They won't find this stuff, you know? So what they see is obviously like he didn't do too hot in the last mission. So I was nervous that he wasn't going to place high. However, my man's at 25th. And I also think a lot of that attributed to the fact that Hanwon is like such a fan service person. He's very much like he loves his fans. He has a tattoo for his fans. Like, it's crazy. Like, the boy is in love with his fans. He loves like interacting with fans. He literally went to his event in Korea and paid for like 30 people, maybe even more, people's coffee. He's always being like dragged, according to like the K fans, he's being dragged away from them by like production because he just wants to like chit chat and hang out. Like, he's a sweetheart and he's very personable and has a really great personality. So I think that's also a big portion as to how he's landing like the higher rank of votes, because people are kind of seeing not only is he like trying hard, but he's also really sweet. And I am rooting really hard for Hanwen next round. I did see a specific spoiler on Twitter. I'm trying really hard to stay away from the spoilers, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. I'm not going to say it here because I don't want to spoil anybody, but it made me happy. And I was like, that's all I needed to know. But yes, my Hanwen, I love Hanwen. 25th, we had Junmin in 27th, which was kind of a gag for me because Junmin and Minjae, I'm pretty sure Minjae he got eliminated. And that is crazy to me because for me, in both S-Class teams, I think Junmin and Minjae carried both. Especially Minjae for his team because, hello. But Junmin, I mean, 27th isn't horrible, but I definitely was expecting him to be ranked higher. And then Donghyun was in 29th, and then Gwangju or Linlin in 34th, which thank God people are still voting for him, because after that dance battle portion, I was like, okay. Gaehyun is in 40th, Siwon in 43rd, and Inhu 44th. So crazy. Gaehyun in 40th is crazy. That's really crazy. And also, I know, well, actually, I guess I'll wait. But yeah, so for S-Class team, I'm not like too shocked with the results from S-Class team. I'm more shocked with Minjae. I think Minjae is like the biggest one for me. I don't know what happened there, but it made my heart break at the end of the episode when Hanwen like ran up to Minjae, and I was like, oh my God, they literally have become so close. And I know obviously Hanwen like appreciates Minjae so much for helping him through that last mission, and it makes me so sad to see Minjae, who's like so talented and he like did so well. I don't know. But in any case, congratulations to the ones who did make it in S-Class team. We have a little break in between the eliminations, and we are greeted by our boy, the one and only Park Ganu from Zero Base One. Ganu, oh my God, Ganu, girl. I was reading Ganu's name on here because I have him written in the ranks, and I read Ganu, but I meant to say Ganuk. I'm so sorry. Ganuk from Zero Base One. They are doing a little Planet Boy Fighter dance battle. I love the dance battles. You know what, one gripe, I'm gonna tell you right now, the one gripe I have with these fucking dance battles though is that Mnet always shows a portion of the dance battle that's like a major fucking slay, and we're like, yes, like Yumeki with Kooyoung. I was waiting so hard for that portion, and they never showed it. It's the same as last season when freaking, oh my God, who was it, Hanbin and that battle, it was supposed to be between Hanbin and, oh my God, who was it, friends? Oh, it's gonna drive me insane. Fuck, I forget. But Hanbin was supposed to battle someone, and they never showed it. They showed like a little trailer of them like hyping the crowd, and then they never showed it. And then the Yumeki and Kooyoung, I was ready to see blood on the dance floor. They never gave it to us. I was like, you trash ass bitches. Like, oh my God, I can't. Anyway, moving on. So Ganuk is the special MC, or not MC, well, MC, I guess, but judge for this like Planet Boy Fighter moment, as well as like Kinky and Connie, and then Kooyoung, and then Yoojung, is that his name? The diva choreographer. It begins with a Y. I think that's his name. I'm flopping. This recap is a flop. I'm sorry, friends. I'm just trying to go off the top of the dome, okay? But we had a little bit of a Connie and Kinky dance off, which was everything to me. It was everything. I love those two. Kinky is like he's just, girl. Every time I always know Kinky from obviously he was on a few like dance battle shows, and I've watched him on there like slay, but I'm just very familiar with him in terms of like his own choreography, but also whenever Somi has a release, I always like seeing her choreo because she always has like Kinky and Baby Zoo in there, and I watch Kinky's fan cams for Somi's performances like all the time, and he's just like such a diva. Like, he's so good, and I love him. So seeing him and Connie do a little like whack off, I was like, yeah, you better, let's go. You better just zest up this place right here and right now. So I was getting my life. But the first battle was between Junmin and Arctic. Now, let me just start by saying, too, Arctic is another trainee on here that I feel like, first of all, I love his name, but he's another person where I don't know anything about him. Like, we don't really see much about him. They don't give him enough screen time. All I see is Arctic, and then, like, they show his face, like, once in a while. That's, like, it. I don't really know. Excuse me. I don't really know much about him. After this dance battle, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Arctic is so talented. He's such an incredible dancer. He ends up winning between him and Junmin, too. So he's the winner of this one. And I was like, rightfully so. Like, where have they been hiding Arctic? And you know what he kind of reminded me of with this one was when in the dance battle in the first Boys Planet season, when Jihao, like, I always remember Jihao from the dance battle, like him and Yeram with the crumping and stuff like that, where I was like, who the hell is Jihao? Like, who is he? Until he literally became the love of my life right after that episode. Arctic is like, I got that vibe too. I was like, I have literally no idea who you are, but now I do. King, yes. So congratulations to Arctic for winning that battle. He was insane. We have a Chingyu and Linlin, which didn't know that Linlin could b-boy. So that was another gag too, because you just learn something new every day. Chingyu ended up winning, but I think both of them did really well. I actually would have chose Linlin. I thought that he ate down, honestly. I mean, Chingyu too, but I just love, I love b-boying. Like, I love the b-boy style, dance, whatever you want to call it. And then because he won, we had the Chingyu versus Arctic, and once again, Chingyu won. Which, let me just start by saying, too, like, he is my son. That is the dancer. Him and Hyunjun are, like, my two dancing sons. So, like, I kind of expected that from him. And then, of course, we have Hyunjun and Shuren. Shuren ended up winning, and that was also a gag too, because I didn't know Shuren can dance like that. Like, I just learned something new from all of these trainees, and I'm like, holy shit, like, I would never picture you to dance like that. And it's like the locking too. Like, I am a big fan of locking, and you guys already know how I feel about, like, Hyunjun is one of my picks, and, like, didn't know Shuren can do that shit, but, like, just seeing them in their element with, like, you know, the locking, seeing Linlin with, like, b-boying, and then, like, someone else had, like, a little bit of crumping in there. I was like, this is what we need. Like, why are we not being shown this throughout the freaking entire series? Like, you guys are not giving these people any screen time for us to realize that they have talent, and then they get voted off. I'm like, it's like an Andrew Han situation, okay? You don't show us a freaking millisecond of these people on screen. They come out, they do some iconic shit, and they get chopped because we don't see them, and then we don't vote for them. It pisses me off. I'm like, can we give people more screen time, please? Especially Arctic. I was like, damn, Arctic is a damn good dancer, and I haven't seen shit from him all freaking season. Anyway, moving on. Okay, moving on. Our dance battle ends, and we have the continuation of our chops. And for this one, we have the plot twist team. Let me start by saying Hana being number 12. God has spoken. We've all come together collectively to realize we are doing something beautiful. Okay, I have been saying everyone is sleeping on Hanum's voice. I have never heard a voice like that. You know what? Ever since his freaking little PR package came out, I was like, who's this diva? Who is this diva? For first of all, the makeup was slaying down, but also the vocals, until I dove deep, realized he was a trainee. I think he's a Cube trainee, right? But he has like his own music thing. Whatever the case may be, I hopped on his Insta and I was like, holy shit, this boy can sing. I watched him do some busking. I was like, oh my God, he's hitting notes that I never knew anyone could hit. He's crazy. And I'm so, so happy that he is number 12. Like, so happy that his rank went up. He deserves. I was gagged. We have Yi-Chen in 19th, and Yoonsa in 22nd, which definitely not a shock to me. I think both of them are very well liked and like popular people. Yoonsa too, like that's my son. That's another thing I was gonna say at the beginning when they had each person like the couples come out to introduce themselves. Shinlong brought his umbrella over Yoonsa because of his little like umbrella analogy he used in the last episode, which I thought was really cute. So I'm happy Yoonsa's in 22nd too. Like he deserves it. That Bean is so talented and he's working so hard. Lee Jong in 23rd, Bohang 24th, which to be fair, I feel like if you're ranked in like the 20s, that's not a bad place to be. You know, it's like pretty good, especially out of the fact that 32 got eliminated. You know what I mean? I think in the 20s is like a good place, especially if your rank is moving up. Bohang in 24th. We have Chen Bo-wen in 32nd. This is where I'm crazy confused. Hyunjun in 41st is crazy to me because I for some reason thought that he was more popular. I don't know, maybe because I'm voting for him and I just think he's like the most talented human ever. Like that's my son. And him in 41st is kind of a gag. I thought that he would be ranked higher, but I guess I can see the competition is a little tight, you know. Taejo in 42nd and Arctic in 45th, which after that dance battle, I was like, what are we doing, you know? But in any case, that was our plot twist team. We have Whiplash as our last team, and this one was crazy because obviously, like, everyone in Whiplash ranked pretty high for the most part. At least for the Whiplash, like, Avengers team. We have Shayi in 13th, Qingyu in 14th, Jiayoung in 15th, Gonu in 16th, Yumeki 17th, Peng Jinyu in 28th, Kim Jaehyun in 33rd, and the gag was between 9th and 10th place. We have Shinlong in 9th, Woojin in 10th. Now, let's break it down, okay? Jae is actually someone that I voted for at the beginning when we had the split between C and K Planet, which once again, like, this is making it so difficult for me, and I still can't believe we're here having to choose between these talented people, because if we were still stuck, like, if we literally still had the split between K and C Planet, the way that these two groups would eat down makes me so mad, but it is what it is. So he's in 13th, very proud of him. Qingyu, my son, 14th. Jiayoung is one of the divas I spoke about in my recap and in my reaction to the episode on Patreon, where I was like, that second Whiplash team had some divas who were giving, honestly, and I genuinely think, like, saved their team. I've talked about how that team was the most impressive to me in terms of overall growth. I think that they really pulled together, especially being up against pretty much a team that is filled with the top 8. So I am really happy for them that they're ranked so high. Gonu in 16th, and then Yumeki in 17th actually kind of gagged me too, because Yumeki, wasn't he ranked in like the top? He was ranked like number 1 at one point. So his rank definitely got lower. Jinyu was another diva who I was like, you better work. But my thing is Woojin and Shinlong. Now, this is where we get a little touchy. I got a little confused while watching this, because I thought for some reason, the way that he said, like, that he announced the members almost sounded like he was about to announce who was in 9th, and then the other one was going to be in the top 8, and I was so confused. But it was basically who was 9th and who was 10th before announcing the top 8. And Shinlong is in 9th, Woojin is in 10th, and those are 2 of my picks as well. So I'm very happy, but I'm also like, please, dear God, like, get them in the fucking top 8. Shinlong, I think, too, has, Shinlong. Oh my God. If there's one person, I genuinely think I would put Shinlong as like my, okay, how do I say this? I have, so my number one, I think if I was really down to the wire in terms of these individuals, for the C group, I do think that Shinlong would be at least my number 1 or 2 for my C group. I really want him in the top 8. I really do. And I honestly think that people can see, I feel like this is almost like a Hanwon situation. Well, okay, let me backtrack that. Hanwon, I love you, sweetie. The talent that we've seen from Shinlong is evident. Obviously, he's already an idol. He's in Boy Story, so we know that he can do shit. You know, he's talented. He debuted when he was like 9 years old. He's crazy. I think I say he's like Hanwon in a way where I mean, personality wise, I think people are also seeing the personality attached to the talent with Shinlong, where you know, I remember from his audition when One Star was like, are you a kind person? And he's like, because if you're a kind person, then you pretty much have it all. And he is. Like, he's a sweetheart. I think everyone kind of saw that with the Yoonsa package in the last episode. And the fact that he is a fantastic rapper, is talented, can dance, you know, is just a sweetheart overall. I really think people are finally like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. Like, we get it. Let's vote. Yeah. And I'm like, period. Because I love him. He's been one of my picks before the show even started. And also, I know I say it all the time, but that's my birthday twin. That's my Pisces bean. We were born on the same day. So, birthday twin. And I really love him. I just think he is so talented. I've gone through so many videos on the Boy Story YouTube channel and just like watched Shinlong's performances because I'm gagged. Like, I'm always gagged when he performs. And he has like dance covers and stuff. I'm like, he's so good. Like, we genuinely need him. And he's just a sweetheart. I feel like his personality is just unmatched. Such a sweet soul. So I'm so happy that he's in 9th place. And then Woojin, of course, is another one of my top picks who, ever since his audition, like, I just think he's got one of the best voices. I just like imagine Leo and Woojin in a group together, and I'm like, the vocal deliveries that we would be getting would be outstanding, like unmatched. So I'm happy that he's in 10th, but we're like, it's one of those things where you're like, oh my God, it's right there. It's literally right there. And you're like, no, what's going to happen? But I don't know. I guess like the one pick situation is going to be interesting. And then, of course, last but not least, moving on to the top 8. So this is where we have our final top 8 reveal. We have Masato at number 8. We have Kangmin at number 7. We have Liu at 6. Leo at 5. Junsa at 4. Sunghyun at 3. Anshin at 2. And Sungwon at 1. Which, girl, 12 million votes. 12 plus million votes is crazy. Honestly, Sungwon and Anshin they're very much like, I just don't think they're ever moving. I don't think they're ever moving from like 1 or 2, no matter who it be from 1 or 2. I don't think they're moving. They're definitely like destined to debut together. I really genuinely think those are just 2 solids for debut. Kind of like how we predicted that with like Haobin, like Hanbin and Hao. I think Anshin and Sungwon are very much similar. The top 8, now I am not terribly mad with the top 8. I'm gonna be totally honest. I think my top 3, Okay, let me backtrack this. I want Leo in this fucking group so bad that if Leo's in this group, I don't give a fuck who else is in the group. I don't give a shit, okay? I don't care. Put anyone you want in there. As long as Leo is in this group, I'm happy. But I'm not mad at this top 8 because I have voted for a solid 6 out of 8 in this group. And that's more than I could ask for, genuinely. I also think, of course, I think there's like a big... Let's just talk about it, okay? There's a big discourse with a lot of people because everyone's always like, oh, I don't understand why Masato, or I don't understand why Sunghyun or Liu or whatever. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I've been there. I've been there. They're not who I would choose. However, can I see why and how they're in this group? Yes, I can. I can. And I said that in my last episode recap. And if you guys are watching with me on Patreon, the Sunghyun and Liu and Masato, like, shit, like, Liu in the last episode for plot twist changed my entire mind about him entirely, and I was like, sweetie, I'm so sorry for ever saying anything. Like, I genuinely think he really did prove what he needed to prove with that last performance and plot twist, and I can see how people like him, and he's just a likable person. He's also super cute. I get it, okay? Also, Sunghyun, super talented rapper. I think people are like failing to recognize that Sunghyun he's not just existing. Like, he can actually rap. Like, have we heard him rap? Like, his audition gave. Like, if you go back into his audition gave. They don't really give him a lot of screen time. Well, they do give him like decent screen time, like here and there. Not too much. But from what I've seen of him, he's like really funny. Like, he was making really funny comments. Like, English King. He was making really funny comments throughout the Elimination episode that like kind of had me giggling. But I can see him too. Like, he's really talented. He's a really great rapper. He's really cute. His smile is really pretty. Like, he's funny. Like, I get it. Masato as well. Y'all have seen that man busting ass in freaking All-Stars when he was like a 1-star trying to get the choreography down and talking to Junsa to try to get help from like, we love someone who works hard and like puts their time and effort into improving, and I think Masato has proven that, and we've seen a lot of that throughout the episode. So I kind of like get a little frustrated when people are like, I don't get it, but like, I mean, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. Once again, are those 3... Have I been voting for those 3? No, I have not. But am I going to be terribly upset if they debut? No, I'm not. Because I can see how they're going to be in the group. Do you know what I mean? And that's fine. We can all have an opinion. We don't always have to like everyone else's... Like, you don't have to like who I like. I don't have to like who you like. It's not like a life or death situation. That's just where we're at. That's where we're at for the top 8. And I'm not mad. Like I said, if Leo is in the top 8... I don't give a shit what we do after that. Have fun. But I will say, though, like, Anshin and Sungwon, of course, I think Anshin and Sungwon are the epitome of what it means to be, like, a perfect idol. I think, like, for me, when you're watching a survival show, when you see a trainee or an idol that's just, like, the picture perfect, like, the picturesque, perfect epitome of like, this person is like tailor-made to be a K-pop idol, that's Sungwon and that's Anshin. And I mean that in every aspect. I mean it in visuals, the faces. I can't. I'm so ugly. Like, I'm so ugly. What's it like to be good looking? I don't know. The visuals, the talent, the presence, like, you guys know that one freaking scene when they drop the damn thing, when they, like, they finally have the merge between K and C group, and Anshin's just serving face. Like, imagine being able to just be, like, the most beautiful human by just simply, like, resting bitch face. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes people are just made to be famous, and I think Sungwon and Anshin are made to be famous. So... loves it. We have the T between the 47th and 48th place, and this is a little sad for me because Harry June is in 47th place, and my heart hurts because Hee-chan, of course, was chopped, and seeing how, you know, just emotional they were, and, you know, how proud of Harry Jun Hee-chan was, but how sad Harry Jun was about Hee-chan. Like, it made me very emotional. And then also the whole 48th place thing. We had Donghan especially, which you guys know that's my man. That's my man. And he was chopped, and we have Yoonmin in 48th, which definitely deserved. Yoonmin is so talented, and that means the whole Whiplash team survived, which is fantastic. But of course, there is a little bit of a sadness because of course Donghan is now he's chopped, but then we have Gaehyun and Kangmin who's in the top 8, and he's looking at Donghan, and it's just like, it's emotional when they all came here together, and like one's in the top 8, one's like 40th, one's chopped. You're like, oh god. And they're like a very close-knit group to begin with, like brothers, so it's like very heart-wrenching for me to watch. But I really loved Donghan's little speech to everybody. And, you know, of course, like he said, he is the oldest there. So he had some very, like, kind words for everyone, which I appreciated. I was like, oh, my man, he's so classy. Oh, he's such a classy man. God, I love him so much. But in any case, friends, we are down. We're down now to, of course, 48 people. We chopped 32. And the next mission is... I can't speak on that, actually. I just forgot that would spoil it, because I saw some spoilers for the next mission. But at the end of this episode, actually, they gave us the semifinal songs that we could vote, and like we get to choose who goes in what song and stuff like that. Like so there's 4 songs, right? And we get to choose and vote on which members for each song. So that's going to be exciting. There's one song in particular called Chains that I am literally like, please, dear Lord, I already have a vision of who I want in that group. And I'm like, please, star creators, get it together. Get it the fuck together so we can have the people that I want in this group. I'm begging, like on my knees begging. So we'll see how that works out. But we are down to the top 8, which is once again Masato, Kangmin, Liu, Leo, Junsa, Sanghyun, Anshin, and Sungwon. You guys can let me know your feelings on the top 8. You can let me know your feelings on anyone who was saved, who wasn't saved. I think I literally just spit at my camera. I'm so sorry. Ew. Gross. Anyways, that was it for that episode. Kind of a really chaotic recap. I just like tried to read off of the scribbles that I made while watching the recap or watching the episode. But in any case, I'm excited. We are now kind of like rolling with things and getting it going quickly, because I'm just ready to see, I'm just ready to see more performances, and I'm ready to get down to it. Let's go. Give me my ZB2. I need it now. All right. Well, there's that, friends. Sorry for the chaos of this recap. It's like all everywhere this week. I promise you next week or this weekend's recap will not be as crazy, like all over the place. We're actually going to have some like decent content for this next episode. So it'll be fun. And I think Denny is probably going to be joining me for this one as well. So it'll be fun to like once again have someone else to recap with. But once again, friends, if you are interested in watching Boys Planet over on Patreon with me and the friends, head on over there. And until then, leave me a comment. Anything you'd like to say about anything in this episode, please do sound off. I am here to listen to you. I love you guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on social media. Everything is in the description below. Have a wonderful day or night, no matter where you are in the beautiful wide world. And until next time, I will see you guys soon. I love y'all. Bye. Mwah.